Well, good to see you. Thanks for letting us dial in here.
Of course. Good. Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. So, first off, Tommy, I want to get a little background on you. I know you're from Indiana, but what are your were your parents from Nigeria, or what's your connection to Nigeria?
Yeah, so my parents are Nigerian. My dad was born in Nigeria. My mom was born in London, but grew up in Nigeria her whole life.
Hmm.
And I was raised, as a traditional, in a traditional Nigerian family. Of course, I was born in America, but I grew up eating Nigerian food, listening to Nigerian music, and just getting more and more in touch with my roots and just kind of embracing, all my backgrounds.
Did you ever visit Nigeria when you were a kid or anything? Go there?
Yeah, actually, we took a family vacation when I was about 10 years old, my brother, mom, and dad, and it was amazing seeing, grandmas on both sides, aunts, uncles, and, just really reconnecting with everyone.
What part of the country is your family from, or did you visit? Like, are you in the Lagos area, or where did you go?
Yeah, so Lagos is one of the cities we went to, and then we also went to Ibadan, which is where my mom's side is from.
Okay. Oh, cool. So did you grow up thinking that I mean, did you have aspirations of representing Nigeria one day? I mean, I don't know if you would have thought I'm more of an American, so I want to be part of Team USA, or was Nigeria always what you had in mind?
I would say since freshman year of college is when I was thinking about representing Team Nigeria. They actually had reached out 4 years ago. So like sophomore year, going into sophomore year of college. And there was a lot of my on my plate at that time. I was taking chemistry. I was still learning a new system at Iowa. And I spoke to my position coach about it, Coach Reina, um, about it, here and there, some other girls that were older than me who had been on the team. And I just had chosen at that time that it was better to just focus on, summer classes at that moment. But I'm just happy that the experience came back 3, 4 years later. I can say that I'm here with the squad at the Olympics, at Afrobasket where we won qualifiers. It's really been an amazing experience.
Yeah, how did they end up reaching back at you? I mean, have they always been in touch and they knew that Tomi Taiwo was going to be part of Team Nigeria come 2024?
So it was one of the coaches from the past staff that actually reached out 4 years back. So this new staff is all new. And the head coach had actually reached out to me over social media. And that's how we got to speaking about, potentially joining the team and how, we could have dreams of, being four-peat champions of Afrobasket, qualifying for the Olympics. And, just to see it all come to fruition, we just thank God and my family for the support all over the years.
I mean, was there an aspiration or idea that this team could accomplish what it has? I mean, you guys are, as we've noted, the first African team to make it to the quarterfinals of the Olympics. So you're not just representing Nigeria. I feel like you're kind of representing an entire continent as you're playing this week.
Yeah, it was definitely something that we talked about going into the first game. I feel like, we were ranked 12th out of 12 teams in the Olympics. And so a lot of people probably counted us out in the first game against Australia, who was one of, top five teams. And so, we had this talk that, hey, we didn't come here just to be here. We didn't come here just to say we were in the Olympics. We wanted to make some noise. Shock the world was our mantra, our motto. And so we've, ever since that first win, we've really just ran with it. And to not only have the country of Nigeria behind us, but like you said, the continent of Africa and even other teams. Like we have Belgium fans, people in France saying, like, go Nigeria, we're rooting for you. It's something that you only dream of as a little kid to be playing on such a big stage and to be having this type of international support.
What caused this? How did you guys get to this point? I mean, again, I think a lot of people might have thought that you would just be happy to be there when you got in, but to get to this point, how did Nigeria get to this point where you're one of the last eight standing?
Yeah, I think it's really our four words that we use every time we step into the circle in the beginning of practice. We talk about love, we talk about trust, sacrifice, and resilience. And I think, you can be a very, very tough team, but if you don't have that trust or loyalty between teammates or love between teammates, you're not going to have that synergy when you step onto the court. And so we kind of just really emphasize that and really focus on that as we step into the ring with each other and make sure that, we're just spreading joy and just fighting with one another.
Well, you do have an uphill battle with this game that you're going to play later this evening against a team that hasn't lost since 1992. pretty long winning
Yes.
streak. What is the mindset of this team as you go up against the United States, knowing that that's a formidable opponent?
hmm Coach, all the coaches have instilled confidence in us going into this game, right? We're all human. No one has two heads. Everyone has the same number of arms. I think it's just knowing that you are capable as a player and the work that you've put in up until this point, will help you be successful going out. And we do have confidence in one another. We know that Team USA, great players, have much respect for them. But we know what we can bring to the table as well. So we're going to go out there, fight as hard as we can. Just pray that the outcome, swings in our favor.
Well, you talked about some of the fans that you've gained from other countries and other continents. Even, do you sense the support from Hawkeye fans? Even, you've been off the roster for a couple of years now, but do you get a
Yeah.
lot of support from Hawkeye Nation still coming back for you?
Oh, definitely. Even from tweets from Coach Jay and Iowa WBB, I'm looking at the comments or even my comments and seeing DMs from Hawkeye fans. Once you're a Hawk, you're always a Hawk. And I was just so blessed to be there for those 4 years. I can't thank, Coach Bluter, Coach Harmon, Coach Jay, Catherine, Coach Abby, all of them for, just giving me a chance to be a Hawkeye. And I'm just so grateful to always be one.
Have you had a chance to reconnect with some Hawkeyes there in Paris? Either, I mean, obviously Brittany Brown had a big day yesterday. I don't
Yeah,
know. I know
yeah,
you would have been teammates, I think, with Megan Gustafson.
yeah.
Anybody you've connected with while you've been there?
Yes, I actually ran into Brittany Brown on the way to the cafeteria, and we spoke about how we were both Hawkeyes, and seeing that she won bronze. Congrats to her on that. That's amazing. And then Megan and I have run into each other at the village in Lille, where we were first playing our group games multiple times. We took a selfie the other day. I saw her here out in Paris, and so best of luck to Megan with Spain, and you know, love them, love them.
You mentioned the village. I am just kind of curious to hear about your experience in the village so far. There's a lot that I hear about what goes on in there. How's it been for you staying in the
Yeah.
village? Do you stay away from some of the ruckus?
Well, the Lille village, so during the group stage, was very different from Paris.
Hmm.
We had a chance to come out here actually first few nights and kind of experience it. But the Lille one is just the basketball players. So it was really cool kind of to be a little bit secluded from all the rowdiness, the ruckus. But I'm actually very blessed to be able to kind of experience both sides and now come to Paris and be amongst all the other athletes, maybe catch a few other events like track, volleyball. But it's been amazing. I mean, being amongst so many different countries, learning different cultures, it's been really, really cool.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to hear about what is next for your life after the Olympics are over with. I mean, I know that you, I believe, have been playing some professional ball. I mean, are you wanting to keep in the professional career, or do you want to go into, I think, did you do have biology or chemistry or so? I forget what your major was at Iowa, but you were doing something science related, right?
Yeah, yeah, science related for sure. That's something that I don't want to say struggle with, but I guess blessed to have the choice to choose between. I think in the perfect world, I would, have a remote job that's maybe tech, health tech, and maybe also play overseas if I can, or do a half and half contract type deal. But right now, I think I'm focused on the corporate field, corporate world. And if basketball continues to, show more opportunities in the future, I may take those opportunities as well. But I don't know. I just feel blessed to be able to maybe do both.
Yeah. I mean, looking at your Instagram, it looks like basketball's already taking you to some fun places. I think you've been to Egypt and now Paris. I
Yeah,
mean, you've been all over the place, right?
for sure, for sure. All the places that a orange ball will take you.
I do have to ask. I mean, just out of curiosity, I mean, your last couple of years that you were at Iowa, I think overlapped with Caitlin's first 2 years that she was at Iowa. And then, I mean, obviously, it's been a rocket ship for her career the last couple of years. Just kind of being in a similar position or somebody that played in that role a little bit, but when she first was starting at Iowa, did you see something in her that you really could tell, like, hey, this is going to be a special kind of player?
Yes. I actually had other interview that I was explaining how, when she came into practice, it wasn't just the threes, it wasn't just the passes, but it was also like her determination and grit that, hey, we're playing 3-on-3. There's not a prize, but, just winning and encouraging your teammates, being a leader on and off the court. You can tell that in Caitlin, every time we step on the floor together. I just think that that determination really uplifted other teammates and helped each other to really just want to win for each other. So I think that, it's, of course, her on court skill, amazing. But I think it's also her mentality going into every game is what also made her so great.
Do you feel like you passed along some sort of knowledge that helped her get to where she was in her career?
I honestly do think so. We always talk about it. We have a little joke. It's like, I'm queen, she's my apprentice. And we'll just always joke about it every time in practice or when we're doing shooting drill or something. She'll be like, you taught me everything I know. We just have little jokes. And she's amazing, amazing girl on and off the court. And I wish her the best of luck to, for everything she's been accomplishing. She's amazing.
Well, I know you're an Indiana native. Are you a big Fever fan?
I am. I haven't been able to catch a game yet. Just been out and about, but I'm hoping when I get back one of these days, I can actually go watch her play live. She's been killing it ever since, so I'm excited.
Are you going to be back in the States then after this? Like, are you going to come back and take some time away from basketball for a little bit?
I think so. This all wraps up on the 12th. I think we'll be able to do the closing ceremony with Team Nigeria and all of the other athletes. So I think after this, my flight is back there and, just take a little bit of time off and just rest and soak in everything that I've been through over these past year, 20 years.
Are is your family there with you in Paris?
Yes, my mom, dad, and brother made the trip down. I was
Wow,
been spending time with them all over in Lille, Paris. We went to see the Eiffel Tower yesterday, and it's just been amazing having them here supporting me in every game, supporting all of us.
does this, I mean, I don't know how much that makes them feel. I have to imagine that will make them feel some pride in you just with that connection again to their homeland where they came from in Nigeria, that you're their daughters getting a chance to represent that country now.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, they'll have WhatsApp group, iMessage group conversations, and there's different family members or old friends from high school reaching out like, we just saw Toby, like, congrats to her. Like, even from AfroBasket in August, that's a huge, huge accomplishment just because you're representing the whole of Africa, right? It's not just the country of Nigeria. So, I just feel very blessed to be in this position to meet people like, the First Lady Senate of Nigeria after winning AfroBasket. You can only dream of things like this. And I really do thank God and my family.
That's great. All right. Tomi, anything else that you want to say?
Shout out to all my coaches along the way, teammates, Hawkeye, and family. I really am just so thankful to be here.